Well, as President Obama seeks closer ties to the Muslim world, some of his allies on Capitol Hill are calling on the Saudi government to stop using school books that preach hate. The textbooks teach Arab children to hate Jews and to hate Christians and promote violence against them. We're going to highlight what is in some of these books, which I think you're going to find astonishing. Let's bring in New York Congressman Anthony Weiner, who has made this a personal cause. He's just released a new report that puts a spotlight on these textbooks, and he's joining us today on Capitol Hill. Congressman, thanks for being with us today. When I look at these, and we should point out that these are from 2009. These are brand new school books. What kind of schools are these in? Schools all across the country of Saudi Arabia?
Well, in the upper left-hand corner of these school books, it says the Ministry of Education. These are the national textbooks. They're distributed widely throughout the country, about 5 million students. Starting in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th grades, they're starting to be indoctrinated with this type of hateful things, and even perhaps worse, they're also being exported to 19 world capitals. The Saudis fund madrasas that teach the worst kind of Wahhabism. The most radical form of Islam is taught in these schools, and these are the textbooks. And to make it even more troubling, and starting in 2003, when the spotlight was put on this subject first, the Saudis said, "Oh, you're exactly right, this is outrageous, we're going to get rid of it." They said again in 2005 when they were called on it. In 2006 they said we put new policies in place. It hasn't been any change.
I want to get some of these quotes up so everybody can see what we're talking about here. Let's pull up the first one. It says, and this is a 9th grade Saudi Arabian textbook that's distributed, as the congressman says, by the Ministry of Education. The prophet said, "The hour of judgment will not come until the Muslims fight the Jews and kill them. It will not come until the Jew hides behind the rocks and the trees." Because I think there's a second page of it there, if we can pull that back up. But talk to me a little. It will not come until the rocks and the trees say, "O Muslim, O servant of God, there is a Jew behind me, come and kill him." We need to point out this is not from any sort of religious class. This is just, your basic 9th grade textbook, right?
Well, that's exactly right. And also make it clear that, we were not trying to show there are problems with teaching of Islam. That isn't at all the way the teaching happens. There is, unfortunately, these students are being taught the worst type of hateful speech by their government.
Let's just pull up the next two, if we could, really quickly, and then we have to go to break, but I want to make sure that we get to the point. It says, "The punishment for homosexuality is death." That's from a Saudi Arabian 10th grade textbook. Here is a 10th grade quote. "The blood money for a Muslim woman is half of the blood money for a male Muslim, and the blood money for an infidel woman is half of the blood money for a male infidel." It just gives you a sense of a little bit of what we're dealing with in terms of indoctrination here. I have to go, but I wanted to make sure we got those put up so people could tell what you're working on, Congressman Weiner. Thank you very much for being with us today.
Great. Thank you.